Yo, what is good? It's your boy Scar, super average producer. Been spending the last couple days trying to gather the best free plugins I can find. I think I got a pretty solid list of my top 5 free plugins for you guys today. So in the past, I've used a lot of free plugins. After doing this research and going out and testing a bunch of new stuff, only one free plugin that I've been using in the past is gonna make this list. So yeah, man, I think it's some pretty good new stuff. You guys should definitely check it out. And also, I'm gonna make your life easy and just leave all the links to the plugins that you guys can download in the description. Let me know in the comments what kind of free software you guys are using right now, what your favorites are. Definitely curious to see about other ones. I was kind of surprised doing this search how much quality I was able to find just in terms of free plugins. I'd advise you guys, if you enjoy the plugins and end up using them a lot, those that are donationware, go back and throw a few bucks to the companies. They're smaller companies, they're making really cool stuff, and the couple bucks that we might give these guys can really push them to make even better stuff, because these are some companies I really believe in. So the only plugin that made my list that I have already had for a very long time, Camel Crusher. Show you real quick. I just had a simple little 808 pattern. So I sent my 808 on channel 13 to channel 14. On channel 14, I have this Camel Crusher. I have a lot of tube distortion on it, mech turned all the way down, compressing a good bit. The filter's completely off. And anytime you're doing something on an aux or a send track, you want to have the mix level all the way up, whether it's a reverb, a distortion, a delay, whatever. If you're sending a dry signal to an aux track, make sure the aux track's 100% wet. Just cut out some lows on the EQ so that the lows from the distortion channel aren't clashing with the lows and the mids from the main signal. So if you're on your phone right now, you probably couldn't hear it without the distortion, and that distortion was gonna make it punch through. So yeah, Camel Crusher, link in the description, definitely check that out. Okay, next, I wanted to find like a complementary saturation plugin that's not as gritty as Camel Crusher for you guys, something that can just like beef up a track, and I would use this a lot more applied directly to a track. So say a kick I want to beef up. Softube makes some awesome plugins. This Softtube Saturation Knob is completely free. So you're just going to need to be mindful of the fact that it's adding volume. And don't let that trick you, because anything that's louder, our ears are going to tell us sounds better. We'll just go with our kick pattern without the saturation on it. So it's hitting right at about -9 dB. So not too much. You have 3 modes here. You can go keep low, neutral, or keep high. When I'm distorting low end elements like a kick and a bass, I like it on this keep low settings. Play around with it. It depends what you're using it on. It's subtle, but I can definitely hear that it's adding harmonics to it. It's definitely making it thicker. It's definitely going to help you make things stand out in your mix. So yeah, Softtube Saturation Knob, great plugin, great compliment to have in your toolbox with Camel Crusher. I'm gonna leave the link right below. Next, we got some free plugins that are soft synths for you guys. So the first one is DSK Dynamic Guitars. You can get it right off Plugin Boutique. Ignore the garbage pattern I made. I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of what this actually sounds like. And honestly, for free acoustic guitars, let alone any acoustic guitar plugin, these sound pretty damn phenomenal. Another free acoustic guitar plugin that sounds awesome, every bit as good or better than DSK, is this Ample Guitars. I'll leave the link below for you guys. This thing is completely free plugin. It sounds pretty awesome, and honestly, you can get into some crazy stuff in here. I mean, they got effects tabs with these vintage looking pedals where you got chorus, phaser, overdrive, reverb, delay effects. You can do a lot in this thing, and I don't think I've even touched the surface of what you can do in this thing. So just so you get a little taste of how it actually sounds. I think that sounds a little bit more like a live guitar, to be honest with you. So yeah, definitely check this out. I'm also going to leave a link below for this Ample bass made by the same company. I have a lot of contact basses and a lot of paid software for basses, and I honestly think that this sounds better than all of them. Just mess around on the keyboard. This thing sounds awesome. Same thing as with the other ample guitar we just put up. There's a lot of options in here on how to tweak and freak this thing, so you can definitely get some crazy sounds out of this. This stuff's all completely free. Definitely go grab these plugins. Links are all below. Okay, so next we got a little FX, and I'm gonna take these guitar chords that we just made, and I'm gonna just add this effects directly to the guitar chord pattern. Shout out Mr. Different TV. I seen this plugin in his video, and this is crazy. I think a lot of producers are using this. They could be manually reversing this stuff, but this thing gets you some pretty freaky sounds, to be honest. So it's called Backmask, another piece of free software by Freakshow Industries. I'll leave the link for you guys down below. It's gonna look like this. Basically, I have no idea what any of this shit is. If you click this little question mark down in the corner, it'll actually tell you. Basically what this plugin does is reverse sound. On this side, you're telling it how you want to trigger to be reversed, and on this side you're telling it what you want to reverse. You want it to reverse everything, alternate, or I don't know, this shit's upside down, I can't even read this. Reverse, or do you want it to reverse random? Yeah, I don't know why they put that upside down, it's kind of annoying. You got mix knobs. This is the speed of your reverse, so yeah, we'll play with it real quick. Let's try reverse alternating. And you want to mess with the speed. You can hold this stuck mode down here to make the reverse effect repeat. With plugins like this that you're really going to be like tweaking settings to try to get the sound right, what I really like to do is record while I'm experimenting. So it's really hard for me sometimes to get like the perfect sound I want, especially with things like this that you can trigger by milliseconds and you got to be really precise on. You're really going to be messing around trying to dial it in and get the right setting. So what I like to do a lot of times is I'll just open up like an Edison and throw it on record, or anything else that you can record in live time, and just make sure the beat's playing. Mess with all this shit and record what you're doing, because some of the times when you're messing with these settings, trying to dial something in, you might do something that's the most fire sounding thing that you're going to have a hard time repeating. But if you got like an Edison on and you're recording the entire time while you're experimenting, you might end up taking like little chops out of that Edison, figuring out what works and kind of putting together super unique patterns. So this thing can give you crazy sounds that you can't even do like that manually, and it makes it super efficient. So definitely get this, play around with it. Another great free plugin, links right below. Next, I got an effect that I applied directly to this as well. It's called TDR Nova. So I personally use Fab Filter. I love the Pro Q2. I wanted to find something that was like that style, digital looking EQ. The visual aspect of a Pro Q, the ability to like solo frequency areas, and a lot of other tools that the Pro Q has makes it so much better than the Fruity EQ in my opinion. So I kind of wanted to find something like that for you guys that's a free EQ that will really let you step your game up when you're EQing. So yeah, this thing's called the TDR Nova. Pretty simple display, really intuitive and easy to follow. So yeah, for starters, it's really nice if I know I want to add a high pass and a low pass, rather than like right clicking and doing it how you would have to in a Fruity EQ or even a Pro Q. This is super nice. You click this high pass and low pass, you got them right here, adjust them to where you want them. Another really nice thing is like if I'm messing with this band too and I want to hear what's going on, if I click on this band solo, it'll EQ it to just select that area for you. So I would kind of say this thing is like a Fab Filter Lite, but a Fab Filter bundle is up to $1,000. So for free EQ, man, this thing's phenomenal. And I'm just figuring this out as we're sitting here. I was thinking, I don't like how this thing's not showing me the harmonics in real time. If you go up here on the right hand side and you click this in, I think when you open it, it'll be set on off. Click in. That way you can see the harmonics on the spectrum coming through in real time. TDR Nova, phenomenal EQ plugin. It's a completely free plugin. Links right below. So last and definitely not least, we got a soft synth. It's a Tyrell N6 by UHE. These guys also make probably my favorite synth ever, which is Zebra 2. So I was kind of surprised to see that they even had a free synth, because by the way, this same company that is giving away this N6 for free is the same company that Hans Zimmer used for all his sound design for the Batman movies. So yeah, these guys are pretty top of the line. I love synths where you can accomplish what you're trying to multiple ways. So on this, it was really nice because initially with this sound, I wanted to go grab an EQ and cut out the lows that were bothering me and some of the highs. This mixer knob has a sub where you can control how much sub frequencies or lows are coming through. So you really don't even need to go into an EQ, and you can really adjust the sound like high level without freaking too many knobs. So those two knobs alone, noise, which adds kind of like a distorted high end I kind of like, and subs, which is going to mess with your low levels, you can completely change the texture of the sound with two knobs, which I think is awesome for starters in a sense. You got some wave shapes over here. So you got your oscillators over here to control the wave shapes. So let me show you guys what this chorusing effect sounds like. This is with it off. Mess with this release knob, you can determine how long the sound takes to play out. You can make it like a really quick pluck type or a real dragged out pad type. And these ADSR knobs is something that's universal to all synths. So really, like, learning about attack, decay, sustain, and release, you don't got to go watch videos on them. Just mess with the knobs and listen to your ears. These are universal, and these will really help your sound design like nothing else. So yeah, we covered some saturation plugins, distortion plugins, a really great free EQ that all you guys can grab, some guitar and bass plugins, Backmask by Freakshow Industries, which is an awesome creative plugin that allows you to mess with reverses on your sounds, and then lastly a soft synth by UHE, the Tyrell N6, which I think has great potential. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if these plugins work out for you. Let me know any you might recommend to add to this list, and definitely let me know what you guys want to see next. Anything you guys want to see a video on, I'm happy to make it. I really appreciate all the support the channel's been getting. Please continue to support it so we can grow this community and help out other producers. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and we're going to keep the content coming. So thank y'all. Have a great weekend, and peace.